In this video, I'm gonna give you 30 tips which will help you as a beginner, mediocre player, and even as the guy who is on his way to the endgame players or is an endgame player in Minecraft Dungeons, which will help you creating yourself from a beginner to a complete veteran pro player, let's say, which is really great. So I hope you find this helpful, and let's begin. Number one, never go above difficulty at default mode because it will just cause your actual level gameplay or game experience harder just at the beginning, which will make you feel frustrated for absolute no reason. So I would recommend you to just play as the recommended difficulty level to just enjoy the game at the beginning. Tip number two, which is the absolutely useless one, but a lot more hilarious one, which is understand the lore, or let's say the story. It's simple to understand and there is no lore in this game to ask me. Pick up every single item you see in the level. You see a useless item, you pick it up. You see a good item, of course you'll pick it up. You should not be dumb enough to just you know, I get it, you're a beginner, but it doesn't mean that you don't understand the difference between a good looking item and a useless item. And if you don't, it's okay. It's okay. We understand each other. But basically, pick up every single item, even if you don't find it helpful. Because in future gameplay, you will find it helpful as resources, emeralds. Understand how every level has its own unique mob introducing, or how every mob works, as it will be a lot more easier for you to differentiate which level you find it harder and which you find it kind of it's not even hard, but you just don't like to play it because of the mobs. So you might find yourself distinguishing the levels between them after you know how every single mob is working and where you can find it. As you'll be playing this game, you'll come across the bosses of the most of the levels, which some of them will be harder or tricky to fight, but somewhat like Evoker, it's not even harder or tricky to fight as it's the worst boss, but you have to know how every boss has its own functions, what it actually does, what kind of attack it does. Is it a melee? If it attacks in ranged, just make sure you take a note of that and just understand how every single boss works, as it's gonna help you out in future difficulty levels. So yes. Next tip is get every single villager merchant you can find, as you will come across them with a marking at any level which has a villager merchant to unlock, let's say. So you can just make your way and find them, because they can help you out in the actual progressing and getting items which you don't want to grind, and you can just buy them from them. A lot of things happens and it is kind of a good thing to do. So at the beginner time, you should unlock the merchants while exploring or completing the. As you get to the bosses, know how to fight every single boss and what to not do against it. For an example, do not walk near the lava when fighting the redstone golem, or it might push you in the lava and you might just drain a lot of your health with absolutely useless stuff to do. So know how to fight the bosses and what you should not do, as it's obvious that at first times you're gonna fail, but you're gonna learn from that and get better at the game. So just remember that. Next tip is unlock the secret levels. There are places from where you can unlock the secret levels in most of the levels. For an example, the levels are Creeper Woods, the Pumpkin Patch, the Desert Temple, and the Underholes, which you can find it from the High Block Holes level. Pretty sure. I don't remember it completely. And that's not my fault. I played the game a lot and still I don't know the stuff. Use bow. Now, this might sound like, bruh, you really telling me that I need to use bow even if I know how to use bow and I know I how to use bow, but using bow in most of the situations causes you in being at a lot of health. Like there are little boss fights where you can just play and just be safe as possible just by using bow, and even literally just wipe out so many mobs with just few amount of arrows like tournament quiver and harp crossbow. Those kind of stuff you can just be a demolisher. So using bow can help you out a ton in a lot of situations where you don't wish to go in melee and go through some damage of your health. Understand the enchantments. Understanding enchantments is the biggest part of Minecraft dungeons, which can make a big impact in your gears. If you're using the right enchantments, the entire build of your character can be improved or completely be demolished into pieces, even if the items are really great. So understanding the enchantments is a big part of the game. Collect every single emerald you see in the map. Not taking up emeralds is a big mistake. Like, I'm not telling you to die by just going into a pit of mobs and getting a 5 or 7 emeralds, but what am I saying? If you can collect the emeralds, just collect them, because emeralds are gonna be a huge resource point for you once you get in a higher difficulty, as you will need a lot of things to, you just want to get a better gear and stuff, and you're gonna spend a lot of emeralds at that point. Know the artifacts which makes your build powerful. For an example, depends on your gameplay style. You use 3 random artifacts which you will like, so depending on them, what is a good build you can actually make, which will make your actual character a bit more powerful than usual. Just think about those things and that might help you out a ton. This tip is a really important tip for a beginner, as you should start getting known to hard countering the mobs. For an example, let's just say there are a lot of bosses which can get hard countered by Totem of Shielding. Even the Pillager Raid Captains can be hard countered really well from that, which is really great. So you just need to understand about those stuff, about hard countering the bosses, and which makes your gameplay a lot more easier than before. So once you just keep your focus on those stuff, you can just make your gameplay a lot more easy and simple to actually go through while you are being destroyed in boss fights. Now these tips are gonna come in handy once you have defeated the Archaeology ones in default difficulty. Once you have done that, you're gonna make your way to the adventure difficulty, where you're gonna make sure that as you do play levels in adventure difficulty, make sure you start finding the ruins, as it is needed to unlock the question mark secret level, which is really interesting one to you to take care of. Once you have done that about the ruins, there are also places secretly hiding from you in the camp. For an example, obsidian chest at the camp. But what I recommend is do not open these chests in low difficulty, because in adventure difficulty there is a chance you might find an item with 2 enchantment slot, which is completely bad once you get above default difficulty. So be patient and get the apocalypse difficulty unlocked, and then make your way to the obsidian chest and then open it. It might be helpful. Next tip is try speedrunning few levels. Like speedrunning from now is gonna help you out in higher difficulties when you have to just complete the bosses and just make your way to the bosses without any hassle. You're gonna speedrun, defeat the boss, and boom, Apocalypse plus 21 done, and 22, 20, 24 unlocked, and it's tough, and you might not understand it as you're a mediocre player right now, but don't push yourself too much. Just know how to use speedrunning things. There was a video I made how to speedrun, link in the description. So let's get to the next tip. DLC levels. Now hear me out. DLC levels are a lot more better way to spend your time once you have defeated the Arch-Elder. So I would recommend you to wait for a box, but starting from adventure is not a bad thing at all. So I would be like, okay, you can just know what level or what DLC you like, so you can just play it. And if you don't want to buy them, just if you have any friend who owns these DLC, he can be the host of the party and just make you play the level, so you can just know how good the level is and if you like it. And my favorite entire DLC is the Echoing Void DLC and maybe the Hidden Depth DLC, because those two are really cool ones. Hey, I know, that's me, but you don't need to focus on that me, because I'm here. So yes, play the levels which are given to you free and has DLC content, for an example, Treetop Tangle and Gauntlet of Gills. Now these two levels are the only one available yet, but I did predicted it. The Minecraft Dungeons might release one free level for every single DLC in future, but it's just a prediction and I have a good feeling about it, but won't confirm it. So as a free-to-play player and getting the DLC experience, playing these levels can help you out a ton too, and will get you some great items to use till you ask me. So the next tip is Ancient Hunt. As you are on Apocalypse mode, finally it's your time to grind the entire game, your 24/7 hours in Ancient Hunt, because Ancient Hunt is the only way which you can get to gold. Till now, if you play Ancient Hunt before Apocalypse difficulty, it's okay for gold, but for the items, don't do it. Ancient Hunt is not worth it before Apocalypse, as even if you find an item which is gilded and good but has 2 enchantment slots, it's a complete trash can. You won't use it, of course, and gold equals enchantment robbing you and stuff. You know the entire thing. So let's just get to the next tip. Start your way going above in Apocalypse difficulties, because now it's the time. If you just don't focus on getting a high Apocalypse level difficulty, it'll just get even more harder and harder, because there's nothing like you just have to do that, but you should focus on it as a side quest, let's say, so it just doesn't get like you're not progressing and just playing a specific thing and you're just stuck at a level. Tarot is your friend. As you get in Apocalypse difficulty, Tarot is the only way from which you will get the highest amount of gear, highest amount of power geared, and depending on how many Apocalypse levels you have unlocked. For an example, you have unlocked till Apocalypse plus 10, but till now you're playing only till Apocalypse plus 8. But if you do the tower, you're gonna get the items which are of Apocalypse plus 10, which is gonna be a lot of good value to just grind it. It might take time and you might get 1 gear, but if you keep doing this, having no specific kind of permanent gear but a temporary gear just to go for a better build, let's say, you can go first time you do the tower, you get an armor, second time you do it, you get a good bow, third time you get a good weapon, you play the level, you can unlock more difficulties in Apocalypse, then you repeat the cycle. Just like that, you can actually progress through the game a lot instead of playing a level, getting a better gear and stuff. So that's something I really would like to share. Now, let's just assume that you're in Apocalypse plus 25 difficulty. Now, main goal you should have is getting yourself some builds. A tank build, a speedrunning build, a normal level build, which is a passive where you can just go aggressive and be defender. Is that even a right word? Let's get to the next one. Next one is start getting the best gilded things you can get from the ancient hunt by grinding. Let's say the mushroom, which is the mushroom cow one, which can get you a gilded fighter's binding, or the abomination, which can get you cursed axe, and also the necromancer one. What's that guy name? It's one of the one which drops the wither skeleton. I forgot the name. I haven't even made a guide about it, how to find it and how to defeat it. You can check it out later by my channel. So yes, let's get to the next. Get every single item you have seen in Minecraft dungeons. Now this is what you do as an endgame player. You're bored as an endgame player where you have everything you needed and now you still want to play the game, but you don't have any purpose. Then this is what you should do. Next tip, play with your friends. Help your friends get a higher difficulty, or just find a random player and just help him clearing levels or getting him better gear, or any kind of help you can do in multiplayer. And you can just literally play Terra in multiplayer now, which is even more better thing to do. Finally, let's say do challenges with yourself. What kind of challenges? I did this. Beating Minecraft dungeons with only one hand, only using mouse, or do anything like that, or even the hardcore series I did. You can literally just make a rule to yourself that once you die you're gonna delete this character no matter what. You're not gonna cheat, because if you cheat it's just going to you. As Minecraft dungeons doesn't have any hardcore mode yet, but if it gets, I would be really happy. But you can just do those kind of challenges, or like let's just say you can just literally get your brightness to like 0 and then try beat the one of the darkest level, which is the creepy crypts level. Do something like those challenges, which can help you out a ton too, and just getting rid of your boredom, let's say, if that's what you're going through, like me in Minecraft dungeons. Let's say that's just a different story. But next tip, this might be a huge whack one, but yes, use mods. Minecraft Dungeons has a lot of mods. Not a lot of, but it has a community which makes mod for Minecraft Dungeons too. Next is mods, let's say. I have put the link of the site in the description. You can check it out later and get the mods. You know how to use the mods in the description in the site. All of the mods are safe to play, but it's only available for PC players, let's say, and Steam version players, maybe, who knows. But yeah, that's all I know. This tip is also horrendous to sound, but become a YouTuber. A Minecraft Dungeons YouTuber. Put your own clips. It's not necessary if you just wanna put your voice in it or put your face cam in it like me, but just do something new, let's just say. I don't know, if you're just trying to play Minecraft Dungeons and still you want to be like, no, I want to play Minecraft Dungeons, but I'm bored, I want to do something new. This is something new you could do. You can just record clips. I use literally OBS Studio mostly to record clips, but yes, that's another tip I just gave you off track Minecraft Dungeons. And the last tip which you needed was, you should subscribe to me. The reason behind that is, this is the hardest Minecraft Dungeons topic channel and the coolest videos of Minecraft Dungeons. So you should do that, and this is me, Prahant, signing out of this video. Subscribe, don't forget, or you know, I'm gonna steal every single gold you have in Minecraft Dungeons.